Last night, the set of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert erupted into a fiery showdown when legendary actor and director Clint Eastwood stormed off the stage after a brutal clash with host Stephen Colbert, a jaw-dropping moment that left the audience stunned, the studio buzzing, social media ablaze with the fallout. Sources say what began as a lively interview touching on Eastwood's storied career and a fictional dispute over cultural commentary spiraled into a heated confrontation, with Eastwood's fiery temper colliding with Colbert's razor-sharp wit, a moment already the night's viral bombshell. Before we dive into this explosive unraveling, drop a comment with where you're watching from. Hit subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories like this. Eastwood, the Hollywood icon known for his stoic intensity and unapologetic views, took the guest chair with a commanding presence, ready to discuss his latest project, his gravitas palpable. But Colbert, the late-night host renowned for his quick humor and incisive commentary, opened with a provocative jab. "Mr. Eastwood, do you think your views still resonate in today's culture?" The question, laced with edge, hit hard, and insiders say the audience felt it, some whispering, others tensing as Eastwood leaned back. "Resonate? I speak truth, Stephen. Let's keep this real." The tension ignited fast. Eastwood bristled when Colbert pressed him on a fictional cultural issue tied to generational divides. "Truth? Some say your takes are outdated, Clint," Colbert quipped, prompting Eastwood's eyes to narrow. "Outdated? You're chasing trends, kid. I've lived history." His voice gruff, cutting, the audience gasping, some chuckling, others filming discreetly, as Colbert smirked. "History's one thing, Mr. Eastwood. Relevance is another," his retort. Sharp, playful, the crowd splitting, some cheering, others tensing, as stagehands watched, sensing the interview veering into chaos, friction brewing early. Sources say the studio hummed, Colbert's wit held, but Eastwood's temper simmered, the stage set for a clash that would end with his dramatic exit. What's gripping everyone isn't just the storm-off, it's how swiftly it turned brutal, Eastwood growled. "Relevance? I don't need your approval, Stephen. I'm here for facts." And Colbert struck. "Facts? You're here for headlines, Clint. Let's unpack that," his tone teasing, bold. The audience stirred, some shouted, others leaned in as the clash took a raw turn, with Eastwood's intensity hardening, Colbert's humor escalating, the night charging toward a stunning, brutal peak, the confrontation just beginning to blaze. The set of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert surged into a blazing spectacle last night as legendary actor and director Clint Eastwood, his iconic intensity a commanding force, escalated his fiery clash with host Stephen Colbert, bristling at the host's jabs, turning a lively interview into a viral wildfire that's already dominating the internet. Sources say after Eastwood's gruff retort, "I don't need your approval," and Colbert's teasing, "You're here for headlines," the Hollywood icon doubled down, fueling a brutal confrontation that's inching closer to his dramatic storm-off from the stage. Eastwood, his tone sharp with defiance, pressed his attack. "Headlines, Stephen? Your show's a circus. My truth cuts deeper," his voice gravelly, as he dismissed Colbert's fictional cultural commentary jab tied to generational divides, the audience reacting fast, some gasping, others chuckling, while Colbert's smirk widened. "Circus? My stage is reason, Clint. You're dodging." His retort quick, playful, drawing cheers, murmurs from the stirred crowd, the tension thickening with every word. The host pressed harder. "Dodging? You're stuck in the past, Mr. Eastwood. Let's unpack that," sources say. Eastwood's eyes flashed, his stance rigid. "Past? I've shaped culture, kid. You're a talker." The comeback bold, laced with scorn, the audience stirring, some clapping, others tensing, as stagehands signaled, "He's heated," their radios buzzing, the interview slipping from friendly to electric. the clash intensifying. Colbert's voice sharpened. "Talker? I'm asking questions, Clint. You're the one deflecting," his jab piercing, personal stoking Eastwood's temper. What fueled the blaze wasn't just Eastwood's intensity. It was Colbert's wit. Insiders report. He leaned forward. "Deflecting? Your views are a relic, Clint. I'll challenge them," his tone teasing, loaded with humor, and Eastwood struck back. "Relic? You're a jester, Stephen. I'll school you." Gesturing at the desk, the audience splitting wider, some murmuring, "Eastwood's fierce," others laughing, with phones filming, X-posts surging. "Eastwood versus Colbert heats up," one read, racking up likes. As the clash grew fiercer, Eastwood's temper flaring. The studio pulsed with raw energy. Sources say Eastwood's hands clenched. "School me? Your questions are weak, Stephen. I'm here for substance," his voice booming with defiance, and Colbert countered, "Weak? You're here for drama, Clint. You're slipping." His words sly, cutting, the audience roaring, some standing, others whispering, while stagehands signaled to hold steady, their hands waving. But Eastwood pressed on. "Slipping? I'm your match, Stephen. You're out of line." His fury rising, the chaos swelling, with insiders noting, "Colbert's pushing him." The night charging toward a stunning, brutal peak, Eastwood's storm-off looming. The set of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert erupted into a blazing battleground last night, as legendary actor and director Clint Eastwood, his iconic intensity a relentless force, amplified his fiery defiance against host Stephen Colbert's witty jabs, turning a tense interview into a stunning display of confrontation that left the audience electrified. Stagehands on edge, Colbert's humor beginning to crack Eastwood's resolve. Sources say Eastwood's bold claim, "I'm your match, you're out of line," after dismissing Colbert's challenge, met the host's escalating wit, inching closer to Eastwood's dramatic storm-off, a spectacle now dominating every platform. Colbert, his tone sly but piercing, doubled down on his challenge. "Slipping, Clint? Your temper's loud, but your answers are thin," his voice laced with humor, as he pressed Eastwood on a fictional cultural divide tied to generational values. The audience reacting hard, some laughing, others murmuring, while Eastwood's eyes blazed. "Thin? I've lived more truth than you'll ever know, Stephen. You're overmatched," his voice gruff, defiant. The crowd surging, cheers clashing with gasps, as stagehands watched, hands twitching, the record holding, tension soaring. The host pressed harder. "Overmatched? You're dodging the question, Mr. Eastwood. You're no match for facts," his jab sharp, personal. And Eastwood fired back. "Facts? You're spinning tales, Stephen. I'll shut you down." His words bold, trembling with fury, the audience splitting, some shouting, "Go, Clint," others chuckling, with phones filming, X-posts exploding. Eastwood roars at Colbert. One read, trending fast. Colbert's smirk sharpened. "Shut me down? You're a legend, Clint, but you're unraveling." His retort cutting, the audience roaring, some murmuring, "Colbert's too quick," others pleading, "Eastwood's a titan." As the tension swelled, what turned the clash into a wildfire wasn't just the fury, it was Colbert's precision. Insiders say he leaned forward. "Unraveling? Your views don't land, Clint. I'll unpack them." His tone playful, laden with wit. And Eastwood countered, "Unpack? You're a comedian, Stephen. Your stage won't hold." His retort strained, the audience surging, some clapping, others yelling, with clips hitting X. Colbert's wit live, racking up shares, as he responded, "Won't hold? My questions." "Cut, Clint. Brace yourself." His voice steady, the studio igniting. The set became a crucible of raw energy. Sources report stagehands signaled frantically, their voices urgent. "He's losing it." But Eastwood pressed on. "Brace? Your show's a joke, Stephen. My truth prevails. His gestures fierce, voice cracking with anger, while Colbert interjected. Prevails? You're deflecting, Clint. You're done. His tone unwavering, the audience erupting, some tossing. Programs, others live streaming. While Eastwood stood firm. Done? I'm just warming up, Stephen. His temper peaking, with insiders noting, Colbert's breaking him. The night hurtling toward a stunning, brutal peak. Eastwood's storm off, imminent. The set of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert hit its fiery zenith last night as host Stephen Colbert. His comedic wit, a relentless force, unleashed a razor-sharp counter against legendary actor and director Clint Eastwood's blazing temper, transforming a tense interview into a jaw-dropping spectacle that left the audience in awe. Eastwood storming off the stage. The internet, a wildfire of reaction. Sources say Eastwood's defiant vow, "Done? I'm just warming up," after rejecting Colbert's jabs, met the host's devastating quip that shattered the icon's resolve, cementing a moment that's set to define this viral spectacle. The night's peak, a brutal, dramatic triumph. Colbert, his tone playful but piercing, landed a devastating blow. Warming up, Clint? Your temper's hot, but your answers are cold. His voice dripping with humor, as he dissected Eastwood's stance on a fictional cultural divide, with a brilliant quip about outdated values. The audience reacting hard, some roaring with laughter, others gasping, while Eastwood's face reddened. Cold? You're a clown, Stephen. I've earned my place. His voice booming, faltering, the crowd surging, cheers blending with murmurs, as stagehands watched, hands frozen, the record holding, wit exploding. Colbert pressed the wound. Earned? You're dodging the present, Mr. Eastwood, I'm calling it. His jab sharp, personal, but Eastwood stood taller. Calling it? I've lived more than your quips, Stephen. You're finished. His words furious, trembling with rage. The audience roaring, some chanting, Clint, Clint, others laughing. Colbert's got him, as phones filmed, ex-posts surging. Colbert schools Eastwood, one read, trending fast. Colbert's voice cut through. Finished? You're a legend, Clint, but you're crumbling. His retort searing. The audience erupting, some shouting. Colbert's winning, others murmuring. Eastwood's a titan, as the tide turned. The clash broke wide open. Insiders say Eastwood leaned forward. Crumbling? I don't need your stage, Stephen. I'm done here. His voice thundering as he tore off his mic, storming off. The audience gasping, some standing, filming, others cheering, with clips hitting X instantly. Eastwood storms off live. One read, racking up shares, another showing his exit. He's unleashed, going viral, millions watching. Colbert quipped, Well, folks, that's a wrap for Clint. His tone calm, triumphant, the studio pulsating, Eastwood's chair empty, the stage electric. What primed Eastwood's exit was his unraveling. Sources report he paused at the stage's edge. You'll regret this, Stephen. His voice a low growl as Colbert fired back. Regret? Thanks for the drama, Clint. We'll talk. His words sly. The audience erupting, some rushing the barriers, others chanting, Colbert's fire, as Eastwood vanished backstage. The clash complete, with insiders saying, Colbert crush, him. The night hurtling toward a stunning resolution. Eastwood storm off the spark that ignited the chaos. The set of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert descended into electrified chaos last night, as legendary actor and director Clint Eastwood stormed off the stage, his fiery exit after a brutal clash with host Stephen Colbert, sparked by Colbert's razor-sharp quip, Thanks for the drama, Clint, leaving the audience in a frenzy, stagehands scrambling, the internet poised to explode with the fallout of a showdown that shattered Eastwood's defiance. Sources say Colbert's witty takedown, dismantling Eastwood's stance in their fictional cultural debate, marked the zenith of the host's comedic brilliance, with the audience's wild reaction resounding. The night's chaos hitting a blazing, dramatic peak, Eastwood's storm-off sealing a viral spectacle. Colbert, his poise unshaken, leaned back. "Well, folks, that's one way to end an interview," his voice calm, triumphant, as the audience erupted, some cheering, "Stephen, Stephen," others gasping, "Clint's gone," while stagehands struggled, unable to quell the fervor. The live broadcast capturing every chaotic moment, Colbert's smirk shining under the studio lights. The crowd lost all control. Insiders say some surged toward the stage, phones flashing, filming Colbert's composed stance. Others roared, shouting, "He owned Clint," while a few voiced shock. Eastwood walked, the studio a symphony of noise, with crew members stunned, their radios buzzing. "Colbert nailed it. Keep it live," one stammered. The show holding, showing the empty chair where Eastwood sat, now a testament to Colbert's mastery. What turned this moment into a spectacle wasn't just the storm-off. It was Colbert's finesse. Sources report his final quip, "We'll talk," echoed as the audience roared, his wit undeniable, while Eastwood's absence, his growled, "You'll regret this," sparked murmurs, with X exploding, clips of his exit trending. Eastwood bolts from Colbert, one post read, racking up shares, another of Colbert's sly grin. "He's untouchable," going viral, millions watching the chaos loop. Insiders say the broadcast team let the moment resonate, the historic clash too potent to downplay. The immediate aftermath hit like a shockwave. Colbert transitioned to his next segment. "Let's keep the show rolling," his voice steady, aides managing the buzzing crowd as the audience lingered, while Eastwood's team issued no comment. Sources hint he fumed backstage. "That kid pushed too far," his voice a low growl. The crowd settling, some still filming, others cheering. As security cleared the area, the night's end a smoldering triumph. Online, the tide turned fast. "Colbert humbles Eastwood," one thread read. "He's a genius," another claimed, with analysts noting, "He flipped the interview." Colbert's victory locked, the buzz poised to blaze on. The fallout surged beyond the studio. Eastwood's exit a spark that lit a firestorm, Colbert's wit soaring, the clash a defining moment. The fallout from Clint Eastwood's dramatic storm-off from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert last night, where his fiery exit after a brutal clash with host Stephen Colbert's razor-sharp wit ignited a viral firestorm, has left the internet ablaze with Colbert's triumphant quip, "Thanks for the drama, Clint," turning a tense cultural debate into a cultural phenomenon, leaving Colbert's star soaring, Eastwood's defiance bruised, the airwaves, social platforms buzzing with takes that won't fade. Sources say what began as a provocative jab escalated into Colbert proving his comedic mastery. His victory a blazing spectacle. The clash's ripples shaking platforms, setting the stage for a defining resolution. Colbert's post-show presence radiated like a beacon. Insiders report he wrapped the taping with unshakable confidence. "That's how we roll," his voice a steady whisper backstage. Aides guiding him past swarming reporters as the audience lingered, while X erupted, his tweet, "Wit wins every time," posted later, pulling 600,000 likes, flooding replies. "You crushed Clint," trending fast, with clips of Eastwood's exit, Colbert's sly rebuttal looping millions of times. "Colbert's a legend," a viral thread claimed, memes captioned, quips topple titans, flooding TikTok, Instagram. Critics tried, "He's just a showman," one post argued, but the tide surged, his reputation electrified. Eastwood's camp stayed guarded. Sources say his next appearance was cancelled, his storm-off a heavy shadow, pulling scrutiny to his public persona, while insiders hint he's regrouping. Colbert's sharp, his team noting his stature tested, with analysts declaring, Colbert flipped the narrative, though some whisper, Eastwood's grit endures. His exit edged. With acknowledgement, the audience's cheers echoed online. Stevens untouchable, resonating across platforms, locking his comedic edge sharper. The internet split like a fault line. Colbert supporters cheered, he's a cultural force, unstoppable. One ex-post read, racking up shares, while detractors grumbled, he's a comedian, not a debater. Another fizzled. With debates raging, did Colbert humiliate Eastwood? Trending, clips of the storm-off dissected. He's brilliant. One pundit said, Eastwood was outwitted. Another added, predicting a surge in Colbert's viewership, his influence spiking, his brand radiant. Sources say Colbert's team is strategizing, with talk of leveraging the moment. Perhaps a viral recap or special segment. His silence loud, the triumph a crown that's sticking. Media insiders note his platform now carries a sharper sheen, his reach under a brighter spotlight. The ripple effects are seismic. The entertainment sphere's humming. Experts call it a shift. Colbert redefined late-night clashes, or upended them, one said. Talk shows eyeing bolder exchanges, or tighter scripting, risking irrelevance if they falter, while the public divides, half roar. He schooled a legend, half marvel. Eastwood took a hit. The clash, a cultural spark. Colbert's ascent, Eastwood's scar, poised to resonate. The saga's impact stretches beyond the studio. Colbert's brand soars, his wit unquestioned, his influence amplified. While Eastwood's stature adjusts, his temper checked, the night's fallout a fuse for what's next. The seismic fallout from Clint Eastwood's dramatic storm-off from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert last night, where his fiery exit after a brutal clash with the host's razor-sharp wit, sparked by Colbert's triumphant quip, "Thanks for the drama, Clint," has set the internet ablaze, transforming a fiery cultural debate into a cultural juggernaut. Leaving Colbert's influence soaring, Eastwood's reputation tested. The airwaves, social platforms buzzing with takes that will echo for weeks. Sources say what began as a provocative exchange culminated in Colbert proving his unmatched comedic brilliance, his victory a viral supernova. The clash's ripples reshaping public discourse, sealing a saga now etched in digital lore. Colbert's post-show aura blazed like a comet. Insiders report he returned to his desk the next night with electrifying poise. "We keep the laughs coming," his voice a resolute whisper, aides shielding him from a frenzy of reporters as the studio hummed, while X erupted, his tweet, "Wit always wins," posted hours later, amassing 800,000 likes, swamping replies. "You owned Eastwood," trending fast, with clips of Eastwood's storm-off, Colbert's masterful quip looping millions of times. "Colbert's unstoppable," a viral thread declared. Memes captioned, "Quips crush legends," flooding TikTok, Instagram. Critics tried. "He's a provocateur," one post argued, but the surge drowned them. Colbert's star gilded. Eastwood's camp retreated quietly. Sources say his public appearances paused, his storm-off a heavy shadow, drawing intense scrutiny. To his public persona, while insiders hint he's recalibrating, Colbert's a force, his team admitting his stature shaken, with analysts proclaiming, "Colbert rewrote the script." Though some murmur, Eastwood's legacy endures, his exit tempered by faint respect. The audience's roars echoed online. Stevens a titan, resonating across platforms, his comedic dominance locked. The internet fractured like a fault line. Colbert's supporters chanted, "He's a voice for wit, unbreakable." One ex-post read, racking up shares while detractors muttered, "He's a comedian, not a scholar." Another fizzled. With debates raging, did Colbert redefine late night? Trending clips of the clash dissected. "He's a master," one pundit said. Eastwood was outplayed. Another added, predicting a spike in Colbert's ratings, his public support surging, his brand radiant. Sources say Colbert's strategizing, with talk of capitalizing on the triumph, perhaps a viral special or guest lineup. His silence deafening, the victory a crown that sticks. Media insiders note his platform now gleams with comedic sheen, his influence under a blazing spotlight. The ripple effects are tectonic, the entertainment sphere's reeling. Experts call it a pivot. Colbert redefined talk show battles, or shattered them, one said. Late-night shows eyeing sharper exchanges, or safer formats, risking obsolescence if they falter. While the public splits, half roar, he humbled an icon, half marvel. Eastwood took a hit. The clash, a cultural lightning bolt. Colbert's ascent, Eastwood's wound, etched in viral lore. The saga's impact stretches beyond the stage. Colbert's brand skyrockets, his brilliance unquestioned, his reach amplified, while Eastwood's stature adjusts, his temper checked. This isn't the end, it's a spark. Colbert's next quip, Eastwood's next stand, poised to ignite. So stay tuned. If you're hooked on this drama, smash that subscribe button now. Don't miss the next blaze.